Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. This is Ashwin Ramani here, research analyst at SBI Securities. I hope I'm audible and I hope you all are able to see my screen. If you all can give me a heads up in the chat box. अगर मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट करके बता सकते हो. So that I know you all are with me live in the session. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes. I see that people are joining in. So we'll just wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll be good to go with today's mid-market session. Sudhakar ji, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Praful ji, Dinesh ji, good noon to you as well. Chandrasekhar ji, namaskar. Audio, video clear. Great. Ashish ji, hi, good afternoon. Hi, good afternoon to you as well. Karthik ji, Bino ji, good afternoon. RD ji, good afternoon. Dhanyavad week looks like that. Chandrasekhar ji is audible. Madhu ji, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I think almost flat. I think Nifty started off on a good note, but I think we gave up gains from the high levels today. Harish ji, good afternoon. Uday ji, Shankar ji, Madhu ji, सबको good afternoon. Okay, great. So शुरू करते हैं आज का mid market update. So let us start off with an update on the global markets first. So if we talk about the US market, so Dow Jones closed around 0.65% higher. S&P 500 around 0.59% higher close हुआ. Or Nasdaq also closed on a positive note, up 0.44%. So US markets had a great outing on Friday. If we look at the Dow futures, so Dow futures is up 0.35%. So we can expect a flat to positive start to the US markets today. अगर हम यूरोप मार्केट्स भी देखेंगे, यूरोप मार्केट्स also mirrored what we saw in the US markets. So Germany was up 0.87%, London was up 0.7%, France was up 0.2%. So all the European markets closed in the green, including Euro Stocks Index that closed around 0.31% higher. If we look at the Asian market, so barring our markets, which is kind of choppy at this point, and Nikkei. So Nikkei is down around 0.69%. Whereas if you look at the other Asian markets, Hang Seng is the best performing Asian index that is nearly up around 2%. Followed by Shanghai. Shanghai is up around 0.8%. Kospi again, it's seeing some profit, some good traction in Kospi's market as well, around 1.33% higher. If we look at Nifty, Nifty is marginally flat. I think it gave up all the gains it made in the morning. It's down around 8 points, and Sensex is up 11 points here. So we have the monthly rollover that is coming tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be the monthly expiry day for Nifty. And अगर हम September month में देखें, so all the other Asian markets had a great September month. If you look at Kospi was up around 7%, Hang Seng was up around 6.5%, Nikkei was up around 5%. Sif Apna markets have been the worst performing global index now. So Nifty is down around 0.2%. अगर आपको याद है, around September 18 September we were at around 3.5% higher. But last 6 दिन में जो profit booking आया है, that has brought us down, and we are the worst performing global index. And Shanghai has gone up. It is up 0.44%, while we are down 0.23% here. So Dow Jones pretty much around 2%, Nasdaq up around 4% here. So not a great month again for Nifty and Sensex. If we look at the macro indicators, अगर हम dollar index की बात करें, so some profit booking, we saw dollar index going down in the last 2 sessions. So around 98, 99, that is likely to act as a resistance. So as long as dollar index stays below this range, it is a good sign for us. But if it keeps moving higher, अगर 9900 की तरफ dollar index जाता है, तो थोड़ा सा pressure और भी देखने को मिल सकता है हमें markets में. अगर हम US गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स 10 year yields की बात करें, So post Federal Reserve cutting interest rates, we saw yields moving down, but अब थोड़ा सा एक strong economic data जो आया US में, that has kind of dampened or that has kind of थोड़ा hopes reduce हो गया है कि Federal Reserve आगे जाके और 2 rate cuts करे. तो फिलहाल के लिए मार्केट में यही सेंटिमेंट है जिसके वजह से वी सॉ सम माइल्ड अपटिक इन द यील्ड्स हियर, but nevertheless yields is still under control. It's around 4.14% at the current juncture. If you look at VIX, so अगर हम VIX देखोगे पिछले 2 दिन से VIX में बढ़ोतरी देखने को मिली है. फ्राइडे में ऑलमोस्ट 6% ऊपर चला गया था VIX, एंड वी सॉ फ्राइडे वी हैड अ मैसिव फॉल इन द मार्केट्स. एंड आज भी अगर हम देखेंगे इट्स अप अराउंड 1.47%. सो विक्स जो काफी टाइम से एक रेंज में मूव हो रहा था, इट इज ट्राइंग टू ब्रेक आउट ऑफ द रेंज एंड मूविंग हायर. And whenever VIX goes higher, it's not a good sign because VIX is inversely related with the Nifty's movement here. Majority of the times, ऐसा नहीं कि हर time उल्टा ही होता है. There are a lot of times where VIX and Nifty moves in tandem, but there are majority of the times you will always see VIX moving inversely with Nifty. Or so VIX going up again, it's the volatility is slightly moving up on the higher side. So right now India VIX is at 11.59. So Friday session के बाद अब थोड़ा सा volatile हो गया है markets में. If you look at dollar by rupee, again no signs of dollar going down. It's at 88.72. Like I said, जब तक आपका dollar नीचे नहीं आता है, we can't expect FIIs to come back to our markets. For FIIs को फिर से हमारे markets में आने के लिए the dollar needs to go down. At least the next support lies around 87.6, 87.5. So we need to see dollar moving down progressively. Only then we can expect FIIs to come back. अगर हम ऑयल प्राइसेस की देखें, सो ऑयल प्राइसेस ऑलमोस्ट 200 डे ये में टच किया था उसका 69.9, अराउंड $70 अ बैरल. फिर वहां से रेजिस्टेंस लेके थोड़ा सा नीचे मूव कर गया यहाँ पे. सो दिस लेवल कंटिन्यूज टू एक्ट एज ए रेजिस्टेंस. अराउंड $70 अ बैरल इज वेयर द रेजिस्टेंस इज प्लेस्ड. एंड अगर हम डाउन साइड की बात करें तो $65 अ बैरल इज वेयर द सपोर्ट इज. If it goes below 65, well and good, but any move above 70, $72 a barrel, that can again keep our markets under pressure. If we look at silver, so silver in rupee terms, so this is silver futures. So around 1 kg price has now gone to 1,43,000. So silver has again, after a brief consolidation, we are seeing a breakout in silver again. And if we look at gold, so even gold has kind of broken out. So gold is at 1,16,000 per 10 grams. So again, there is a fresh breakout in gold as well. So gold and silver continues to rise higher. And at the same time, if we look at Europe markets, US markets, they are on a rise. It's only that our markets that are underperforming at the current juncture here. Now, if we look at the FII positioning, let me look at the FII positioning here. Let me open up the sheet. This is the FII tracker. So again, no signs of FIIs coming back to our Indian markets. So अगर हम पिछले हफ्ते देखेंगे, so FIIs largely have been net sellers. So they sold for all 5 days in the last week. So roughly अगर हम 19th, so 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. So if we see, they sold around 19,570 crores alone in the last 5 days. That's a huge amount of selling by the FIIs. But long short ratio भी अगर हम देखेंगे, that has also, which was kind of improving. अगर हम देखेंगे, we had the net index futures contracts from minus 1,47,000 has gone to minus 1,66,000. So again, there is a fresh buildup of shorts that we saw from the FIIs in index futures. So long short ratio धीरे धीरे improve होते हुए नजर आ रहा था. It had gone to 15.6. But again, due to buildup of short positions, long short ratio फिर से 14.3% पर आ गया है. So अभी ये देखना पड़ेगा. Usually अभी rollover का report कल शाम को आएगा. So we'll have to wait and see whether FIIs cover any short positions. Usually monthly expiry day के दिन FIIs do, there is a lot of activity by the FIIs, especially on the monthly expiry day. तो देखना पड़ेगा कि पिछले 3 महीने से हम देखते आ रहे हैं कि लॉन्ग शॉर्ट रेशियो इंप्रूव नहीं हुआ. इट इज काइंड ऑफ स्टैग्नेंट. It has not moved above the 15% mark. 7 to 15% mark is where the long short ratio was hovering around. तो देखना पड़ेगा कि FIIs शॉर्ट्स कवर करके, अगर शॉर्ट्स कवर करते हैं तो एक अच्छा स्टार्ट मिल सकता है अक्टूबर सीरीज के लिए. But if not, then chances are that we can expect October series to open on a flat note. If we look at Nifty at the current juncture, so अगर हम daily chart देखें, so Nifty closed, अगर हम देखें almost 6 trading sessions के लिए consecutive red close दिया था, और आज भी शुरुआत अच्छी हुई थी निफ्टी का, बट इट मेड अ हाई ऑफ 24,791, बट वही से गेन्स देना स्टार्ट कर दिया. राइट नाउ इट इज डाउन अराउंड 0.15%. अगर हम डेली चार्ट में देखेंगे, इट ब्रोक बिलो इट्स 100 डे ईएमए ऑन द फ्राइडे and it is trading below Friday's low. So अगर हम Friday का low देखेंगे, that was at around 24,629 and right now we are at 24,618. So another day where Nifty has made a new low. अगर हम 19 सितंबर से देखेंगे तो हर दिन हमें एक नया लो देखने को मिल रहा है निफ्टी में, एंड निफ्टी हैज मेड अ न्यू लो अगेन. सो आई थिंक द नेक्स्ट सपोर्ट की अगर हम बात करें, सो 24,400, दैट इज वेयर द 200 डे ईएमए फॉर निफ्टी इज प्लेस्ड, बिकॉज वो जो 20, 50, 100 तीनों के नीचे है. अगर हम फिबोनाची रिट्रेसमेंट भी लगाते हैं यहाँ पे, अगर ये जो लेग है आपका, दिस द होल अप मूव फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट टू दिस पॉइंट, उसका वो जो 24,800 में 61.8% फिबोनाची रिट्रेसमेंट था, उसकी भी हम नीचे आ गए यहाँ पे, जो ये इंडिकेट करता है कि सेलिंग प्रेशर काफी ज्यादा है. And I think the next possible support, I think there is one support around 24,440. I think below that at 24,400, 24,450, काफी important support zone बन सकता है, because that is where the 200 day EMA zone for Nifty is placed. If we look at RSI भी अगर आप देखोगे, it is falling mode में है और almost अब 40 के आसपास पहुंच गया है, तो दिख रहा है कि एक bearish momentum बनते हुए नजर आ रहा है. अगर हम ADX इंडिकेटर भी देखेंगे, द DI प्लस हैज क्रॉस्ड ओवर DI माइनस, जो इंडिकेट करता है कि द ट्रेंड इज ऑन द लोअर साइड, एंड द ADX इज starting to move up higher, which indicates that there is some strength that is building up on the downside here. Now if I talk about the key levels की बात करें, so अगर हम 5 minutes chart देखें, so ये जो uptick था morning में, where Nifty started off on a good note, 24,791 का हाई बनाया था यहाँ पे, but I feel as long as we don't see Nifty moving about 24,800, chances of an up move is unlikely. अगर निफ्टी को ऊपर जाना, I think Nifty the trend is likely to remain sideways to negative. Up move is possible only when you can see एक lower high lower low formation से move हो रहा है. तो जब तक ये formation negate नहीं होता है, जब तक ये lower high lower low formation negate नहीं होता है, तब तक we can't expect an uptrend. I think for that the major level is 24,800. That is going to be a key resistance level for Nifty. So don't be aggressively on the long side unless and until we get a strong close about 24,800. Downside में अगर हम देखेंगे, like I said, right now Nifty is at 24,615 and currently trend is on the negative side, and it has also broken the days low. Days lows were around 24,630. Friday का लो भी हम ब्रेक करके नीचे आ गए. So हो सकता है this fall can extend, and अगर ये यही से और weakness रहता है, we can expect Nifty to move towards 24,400, 24,450. That is where the 200 day EMA zone for Nifty is placed. And पहले resistance 25 था, now the resistance has shifted lower to 24,800. By chance, if we get another fall, then chances are that resistance might shift even lower to around 24,500. 24,600 is where the next resistance would be placed. But as of now, don't be aggressively on the long side unless and until we get a close about 24,800. देखो, हो सकता है कि आपको थोड़ा सा एक pullback मिले, and don't mistake that pullback as a change in reversal or a change in trend, because जब तक आपका 24,800 सक्सेसफुली क्लियर होके 24,800 के बाद ऊपर जाके थोड़ा सा pullback देके again it has to go up. So unless and until that doesn't happen, don't be aggressively on the buy side. So either be on the sidelines or your outlook can be like sideways to negative. I think the market structure hasn't improved, and there are no reversal signs that we can see on the daily chart as well. So it's not a market to be on the long side, definitely. If we look at Sensex, so Sensex pretty much similar story. अगर हम daily chart देखेंगे, so Sensex again similar story है निफ्टी जैसे. It has broken, हर दिन एक नया लो बनते हुए नजर आ रहा है. I think the 200 day is placed at around 75. So let us see where the 200 day EMA is placed. So 200 day is around 79,560. So 79,550, 79,600, that is where the 200-day EMA for Sensex is placed. So that is going to be the next support or the major support level for Sensex. And uske pehle there is one major swing low around 79,730, 79,750. अगर वो भी break होता है तो हो सकता है we can go to 79,600. Last two times we saw Sensex moving up from the same levels. I think that is where the next support is. But I feel this 200-day EMA of 79,550, 79,600, that is going to be a key support level to watch out. And on the daily chart, if you look at the candlestick charts here, so जैसे हमने 24,800 देखा था, वैसे ही Sensex के लिए it's very important that Sensex gives a strong close above this particular level, which is 8850, 8900. तो जब तक ये लोअर हाई लोअर लो फॉर्मेशन नेगेट नहीं होता है, सो स्टे अवे ऑन stay away to trade on the long side in Sensex. So 8850, 8900, that is going to be a key level to watch out in Sensex. And on the downside हमने अभी एक 200-day EMA जो था वो हमने बस अभी देखा. And even Sensex has broken the day's low around 8320 is where the low for Sensex was. And I think we are trading below that. We are at 8250. So agar any sustained move from below the current levels can lead to price falling down even further. So agar hum Sensex ka bhi outlook dekhe, that is again sideways to negative. So don't be on the long side unless 8850, 8900 is taken out in Sensex here. If we look at Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty again, similar story. So we had some bouts of outperformance that we saw in Bank Nifty as compared to Nifty and Sensex, but Bank Nifty में भी अभी काफी strong weakness नजर आई है. So Bank Nifty अगर हम देखेंगे काफी अच्छा एक pullback हमें मिला था. But if you look at the weekly chart of Bank Nifty, so if I put the Bollinger Bands here, अगर हम Bollinger Bands देखेंगे तो ये मिड लाइन तक आया था, ऑलमोस्ट लोअर बैंड के करीब आ गया था बैंक निफ्टी, फिर एक मिड लाइन के आसपास रेजिस्टेंस लेके फिर से नीचे आ गया. अगर आपको याद है लास्ट वीक हमने बॉलिंजर बैंड्स का एक वेबिनार लिया था जहाँ पे हमने देखा था ये जो मिड लाइन होता है बॉलिंजर बैंड्स का वो डायनामिक आपका सपोर्ट और रेजिस्टेंस के तौर पर काम करता है. एंड सेकेंडली अगर हम देखें बैंक निफ्टी, इफ वी कनेक्ट फिबोनाची रिट्रेसमेंट फ्रॉम दिस हाई टू दिस लो, वी हैड अराउंड 50% रिट्रेसमेंट अराउंड 55,600. सो ये जो 55,600 का जोन था वहां से रेजिस्टेंस लेके बैंक निफ्टी नीचे आया है, और ये जो दो जोन था वो 50% फिबोनाची रिट्रेसमेंट था और जो दूसरा जो था वो बॉलिंजर बैंड्स का मिड लाइन भी था. सो दिस 55,600 इज अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग रेजिस्टेंस फॉर बैंक निफ्टी. एंड ऑन एन इंट्राडे बेसिस जैसे हम 24,800 देख रहे थे, जैसे हम 8850, 8900 देख रहे थे सेंसेक्स में, similarly for Bank Nifty, as long as we don't get a close above 54,650, 54,700, don't be on the long side in Bank Nifty, because ये जो lower high lower low formation है वो negate होना चाहिए. अभी तो हम 5 minutes chart भी अगर हम देखेंगे, market is making new lows and each high is also lower than its previous high year. तो जब तक वो फॉर्मेशन नेगेट नहीं होता है, जब तक हमें एक अपमूव नहीं मिलता है, जब तक हमें एक रिवर्सल साइंस नहीं मिलता है, avoid any positions on the long side here. And even Bank Nifty is below the day's low. Its day's low was around this was the day's low around 54,420. We are I think even below that. So I think even for Bank Nifty the trend can be sideways to negative. Now, if you look at the heat map, again, there is no support from any sectors. So HDFC Bank was positive in the morning, but HDFC Bank has given up gains. ICICI is down 0.6%. Today, Axis is down around 2%. Kotak is down around 1%. आज इनफैक्ट ऑयल एंड गैस स्टॉक्स में काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग मोमेंटम है. अगर हम देखेंगे BPCL, हिंदुस्तान पेट्रोलियम, IOC, these are all the counters that were relatively doing well. Again, IT is also quiet today. TCS and Infy is down around 0.0 to 0.15%. I think auto is mixed. So we have Mahindra and Mahindra up around 1%. Consumer durables, Titan is up around 1.6%. Whereas the other auto counters are kind of quiet today. Eternal is up around 1.5%. I think no traction in the pharma space as well, post that 100% tariffs on branded pharma products. I think post that, I think pharma will take some time to recover. FMCG has been down काफी टाइम से हम देख रहे हैं कि FMCG भी अंडर परफॉर्म कर रहा है मार्केट्स को. सो मार्केट जो टॉप 3 हेवीवेट सेक्टर्स है, लाइक योर IT, ऑयल एंड गैस एंड बैंकिंग, the market is not able to find support from these sectors. And even heavyweights की अगर हम बात करें, HDFC, ICICI, Reliance, Infosys, Bharti Airtel, जिसका 40% weightage है Nifty का, there is no movement in the heavyweights also. If we look at, so we can also do one thing, we can also look at what the overall mood is. So we can look at the advanced decline ratio. अगर हम advanced decline ratio भी देखें, if we look at Nifty 500, almost 272 stocks are in red while 224 stocks are in green. So अगर हम market breadth भी देखेंगे, that is slightly tilted in the favor of bears. Even in mid cap 100, if you see, there is slightly more. Mid cap is kind of mixed. 51 are in red, 49 are in green. स्मॉल कैप भी देखे तो स्मॉल कैप में भी बेरिश मोड काफी ज्यादा है. निफ्टी में भी, तो इट्स नॉट लाइक सिर्फ निफ्टी में ही बेरिश सेंटिमेंट है. Even if you look at small cap 100, mid cap 100, so there is a selling that we are seeing, broad based selling. It's not that the selling is limited only to Nifty and the large cap counters here. Now, if we look at the key sectors and the key stocks to watch out, so like I said, morning session में oil and gas stocks में काफी strong traction था. So अगर हम रेशियो चार्ट भी देखेंगे, निफ्टी ऑयल एंड गैस बाय निफ्टी, सो आफ्टर 3-4 days of consolidation we could see that the ratio line is kind of moving higher, जो ये इंडिकेट करता है कि ऑयल एंड गैस सेक्टर में relative outperformance देखने को मिल रहा है as compared to निफ्टी. Now, if I have to talk about a couple of stocks that are looking good from the oil and gas space, one is BPCL. If you look at BPCL, it was majorly consolidating in this 335 to 320 range. And today we are seeing some traction building up. So BPCL is up around 3%. It's very important for BPCL to close above 335. So any close above 335, 340 is likely to be positive for BPCL. ADX is also moving on the upside, which is a positive sign. जो ये indicate करता है कि now the strength is kind of building up on the long side. And RSI is again, it's kind of flat, but it's marginally above 60, which is a positive sign. So around 320, 318 is likely to be a good support for BPCL. The other stock is IOC. अगर हम IOC देखें, we saw some profit booking in IOC. तो IOC almost 20 day आया था, 50 day यहाँ पे एक 50 day तक आके we saw some buying emerging at the lower levels. और आज एक स्ट्रॉन्ग फॉलो थ्रू बाइंग हमें देखने को मिला है एंड प्राइस इज वेल अबव इट्स 20 डे ईए में. ADX इज इन अ राइजिंग मोड. RSI भी फिर से अब 60 के मार्जिनली ऊपर है. सो एज लॉन्ग एज 141, 143 होल्ड्स इन IOC, chances are that even IOC can move up higher going forward. The one other stock is Hindustan Petroleum. अगर हम Hindustan Petroleum की बात करें, so almost 19 September से the volumes had kind of picked up in Hindustan Petroleum, with RSI almost it's at around 77. Overbought है, but still the movement is very strong on the upside. Even the ADX has started to rise, so ADX is also moving up. DI plus is way above DI minus, so again there is a good strength that we are seeing here. अगर हम Bollinger Bands भी देखें, so Hindustan Petroleum अगर हम देखेंगे from 15 September onwards, it is moving up by hugging the upper band. Usually जब price upper band को hug करके ऊपर जाता है, that is usually a sign that we see during strong trends. So Bollinger Bands is Hindustan Petroleum is also one stock that you can keep in your radar. So around 420 is a strong support for the stock. Any follow through move can lead to price moving towards 450, 455 levels in the short term. So these are three names from the oil and gas space. Apart from that, one other sector that has been doing well is your PSU banking space. अगर हम PSU banks की बात करें, one stock that is, I won't say it's doing very well today, but it's relatively doing well compared to its peers, is Canara Bank. So Canara Bank, I think important support level would be around 115, 116. So as long as 115, 116 holds, chances are that Canara Bank can do well. So any follow-up move from the current levels, I think it can take Canara Bank towards 124, 125. That is where the previous high is placed. अगर हम 125 के भी ऊपर जाते हैं, chances are that Canara Bank can do well. One another sector, I think we saw some good traction picking up in the defense space in the morning. अगर हम देखेंगे तो डिफेंस स्पेस में सुबह के सेशन में BL, HAL, ऑल दीज काउंटर्स वर डूइंग वेल, बट थोड़ा सा अभी प्रेशर में आ गए सारे डिफेंस काउंटर्स. बट वन स्टॉक दैट इज रिलेटिवली होल्डिंग फोर्ट इज योर भारत इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स. अगर हम BL की बात करें, so around this 390, 392 is a strong support for BL. So BL has been holding on to its 20-day EMA since the last three trading sessions. It's just that it needs a very strong move above 406, 405, 410. इसके ऊपर अगर एक strong closing मिलता है, then chances are that BL can move towards 420, 425 levels in the short term. But if it breaks 390, then chances are that this profit booking can extend further, maybe towards 378, 380 levels here. So BL, wait for a breakout above 405, 410 with around 390 acting as a strong support for the stock. And one another sector again that has been doing well काफी टाइम से PSU banks के साथ एक और एक सेक्टर है जो कि एक वीक मार्केट में भी काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग relative outperformance दिखाया था, that is your metal space. So if I have to talk about metals again, so we have discussed a lot of stocks in the metal space like JSW Steel, Jindal Steel, Hindalco. I think Hindalco is one stock that is relatively doing well. So Hindalco भी अगर हम देखेंगे काफी टाइट रेंज में मूव हो रहा था, बट इट हेल्प. कभी भी वो 20-day EMA ब्रेक नहीं किया. फ्राइडे को ब्रेक किया भी तो भी वो 20-day EMA के ऊपर क्लोज कर दिया था यहाँ पे, विच इज अ पॉजिटिव साइन. और आज एक स्ट्रॉन्ग फॉलो थ्रू बाइंग भी हमें देखने को मिल रहा है. With RSI above 60 and the price trading above all its key moving averages, अगर एक strong follow through मिलता है maybe above let's say 760, 765, then chances are that even Hindalco can do well going ahead in the short term. But it's very important it holds on to its 20 EMA जो कि around 735, 730 के आसपास एक strong support होगा. So Hindalco को ये level hold करना पड़ेगा. If it holds on to this level and if we get a follow through buying, then chances are that even Hindalco can do well. And the last stock that I want to discuss is Anant Raj. सुबह के सेशन में काफी strong momentum था Anant Raj में. So it's part of the Nifty 500 universe. Anant Raj देखेंगे तो अभी एक after a strong rally we could see that Anant Raj was consolidating in a range. 4-5 दिन से अगर हम देखेंगे तो एक रेंज में मूव हो रहा था यहाँ पे, with around 660 and around 715 on the upside. So Anand Raj has been moving in a range. So any strong bullish candle, any strong breakout, maybe above 705, 710 is likely to be positive for Anand Raj here. So I think once we get that and once it doesn't break 660 on the downside, chances are that even Anand Raj can do well going forward. So again, if you look at the outperforming sectors, oil and gas, PSU bank, metals, auto, to an extent, though there is some pressure in the auto space. So these are some of the sectors that are outperforming right now. If I have to talk about the underperforming space, realty down hai, IT आपका down है, media आपका down है, pharma is down, healthcare is down, capital markets is down. So don't chase, don't do bottom fishing in the sectors that are already down. Remember, your trend is your friend. So जब भी markets नीचे है, don't look for reversals. अगर कोई sectors down trending है, so look for bearish momentum in stocks where the sectors are down. But अगर कोई sectors positive है, so look for some bullish opportunities in the sectors that are positive. So a lot of people, one mistake or one simple thing that you can incorporate in your trading style as well is for example metal. So metal हम देख रहे थे कि काफी टाइम से outperform कर रहा है. So metal में अगर कुछ profit booking आती है तो उसमें sell मत करना, because overall structurally metal outperform कर रहा है निफ्टी को. So अगर profit booking भी आती है तो pullback के बाद look for any reversal, because जो sector है वो काफी strong है. But let's say a sector like IT. Now IT में you will see some pullback from the lows. It's natural. जो stock इतना already गिर गया तो थोड़ा सा आपको pullback मिलेगा ही. But जब तक overall अगर आप trend देखोगे IT का वो down ही है. बीच में थोड़ा reversal signs आया था, but it was not able to sustain. Once that news came in, even pharma down है. So look for the stocks that are bearish in the IT space or pharma space or media space, and play with the trend. Don't go against the trend. थोड़ा सा pullback आता भी है तो don't think कि हाँ ये reversal होगा यहाँ से ऊपर जाएगा यहाँ पे. So one small tweak, I think you be with the trend. I think आपको over the long term, if you keep following this one simple rule, you will definitely have success coming in. So that was all about today's bid bucket session. So now let us start off with the Q&A. If you have any queries, any doubts, do let me know in the chat box and I'll be happy to answer them. Manohar ji is asking for fresh entry in NetWeb. So if I look at NetWeb, see, it's in a good trend. I think for fresh, I think 3390, 3400 is where the support is. But if we get any strong follow through move, maybe above, let's say 3720, 3730, chances are that it can move higher, but wait for some more pullbacks. I think this is not a pullback here. Maybe if it comes back to 3400, 3350, I think then we can look at NetWeb again. It doesn't make sense to enter at the highs because the NetWeb already काफी चला गया है. So हो सकता है maybe profit booking might be around the corner in this stock, but at this point avoid any fresh entries. If you're already holding NetWeb, then maybe you can use trailing stops with around 3400 acting as a stop loss for the stock here. डालमिया भारत फिलहाल के लिए अवॉइड बिकॉज थोड़ा सा प्रेशर में इट इज बिलो ऑल इट्स मूविंग एवरेजेस योर. I think right now it's at 100-day EMA. If it breaks, I think it can fall even further. So I think avoid Dalmia Bharat for now. If I look at Paytm, so Paytm again, there is some profit booking that we are seeing in Paytm. Again, no signs of reversal in Paytm here. I think this is going to be one important level, which is 1110, 1115. I think if it breaks that, we can even see 1065, 1070 in Paytm here. So avoid Paytm also because Paytm is below its 20 and 50-day EMAs also. So थोड़ा सा pressure है ये दोनों stocks में. Shami ji is asking for DCX. If I look at DCX avoid Shami ji. देखो काफी strong bearish है यहाँ पे. There are no reversal signs in DCX here. I think it's below, it's near its prior swing low के भी नीचे है 240 to 243 के नीचे. So अगर ये hold करता है तो it's well and fine, but if it's not able to hold 240 to 42, then chances are that it can move even lower here. If I look at Stanley Lifestyles, avoid because see, if you see the overall trend of the stock is down. I think 288, 289 is where the support is. But अगर ये 288, 289 भी टूटता है, तो I think we can move even further until 260. But again, no reversal signs. I think as long as 325, 330 is not taken out on the upside, it's better to avoid Stanley as well. Chandrasekhar ji, like to be very honest, I'm not a subject matter expert on ETFs. But I think my fundamental team will be better people to answer about ETFs here. So ETFs are nothing but your exchange traded funds, mutual funds that you can buy and sell with the help of exchanges. The funds normal आप buying selling कैसे करते हो shares का, वैसे आप ETFs का buying and selling कर सकते हो with the help of your broker platform. Unlike other mutual funds wherein you need to have आपका broker के through आप कर सकते हो, but आप fresh जैसे आप shares में buy sell कर सकते हो वैसे आप ETFs में भी कर सकते हैं. But nevertheless, my fundamental team would be better people to make you understand about ETFs because I honestly I think don't specialize more on ETFs here. RDG is asking about Mazgaon doc. So if I look at Mazgaon, it needs to hold its 200-day EMA, which is around 2600 to थोड़ा दूर है. I think it needs to hold on to 2700, 2650, 2700. अगर hold करके reversal signs मिलता है तो good. बिकॉज प्रीवियस टाइम्स अगर हम देखेंगे तो काफी टाइम ये जो लेवल है वो काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट जोन है. ऑलमोस्ट ये 2600 तक गया था, बट इफ इट ब्रेक्स 2600 देन देयर विल बी मोर डाउनसाइड डेफिनेटली आरडीजी. If I look at trend avoid, see it's in a downtrend, it's below all the lows here. I think 4600 is where the next support is. So avoid चंपा जी. अभी फिलहाल के लिए कुछ रिवर्सल साइंस नहीं है ट्रेंड में. Between Swiggy and Zomato. See, between Swiggy and Zomato, Swiggy is clearly underperforming. It's Zomato that is outperforming here because अगर आप ratio line एक chart देखोगे, ratio chart that is down, numerator is down, that means Swiggy is underperforming. So between Swiggy and Zomato, I think Zomato looks good. किशोर जी, ओला इलेक्ट्रिक, आई थिंक आज गणेश जी नहीं है शायद सेशन में, बट सी इफ यू आर होल्डिंग ओला देन आई थिंक आपने 65 पे लिया है, राइट? आई थिंक यू कैन आइडली 55 और आई थिंक 50 का एसएल रख के आप होल्ड कर सकते हो किशोर जी। अगर इफ इट गोज बिलो 50 and if you don't see any, I think more than 50, I think he needs to hold 52 because it's near its 50 and 100 day EMA. If you don't see any reversal signs and if it breaks below 50 and 100 day EMA, then it's better to exit and maybe look for some other opportunities because then no painful wait करना पड़ेगा किशोर जी यहाँ पे, because it had moved up very sharply, but then it is kind of giving up gains here. So if it goes below 50 to 50, then it's better to exit. RDG, ONGC is good. In fact, weak market maybe ONGC is kind of, it has given a trend line breakout. So as long as it holds 235, 237, yeah, 232, 235 is a good support for ONGC. Anyone is better, Manwarji, whether you go for silver ETFs or silver Bs. I think आप कोई भी जा सकते हो. I think ETFs are much better option, but I think you can go for silver Bs as well. So both silver ETFs and silver Bs, ultimately वो silver का prices ही track करते हैं. So I think either of the two is fine. Bank of Baroda. See, the overall PSU space, like we just discussed, तो काफी positive है, but I think Bank of Baroda needs to, I think it needs to hold about 245, 246. As long as it holds 245, 246, the trend is strong. I think it can move towards 255, 256 in the short term. महिंद्रा अगेन अभी थोड़ा सा प्रॉफिट बुकिंग चल रहा है यहाँ पे. आई थिंक ये हो सकता है ये गैप पूरा फिल हो जाए 3300 तक. ओनली मार्जिनल गैप हैज बीन फिल्ड हियर. I think still, I think avoid fresh entry for now. Let's wait for few more days. Let's see ये कुछ reversal signs देता है कि नहीं, because हो सकता है ये जो 3300 तक गैप है वो फिल करे. अभी तो ऑलमोस्ट आधा गैप ही फिल हुआ है यहाँ पे. जियोफिन अवॉइड फॉर नाउ बिकॉज इट्स नियर इट्स 200 डे में. अगर ये होल्ड करता है तो ठीक है. आई थिंक 295, 300 लेवल्स इफ इट होल्ड्स, रणप्रीत जी, then it's fine, because if it doesn't, then I think the next support is around 280, 282. I think this 200 level is a key level for Geofin, because almost अगर हम देखेंगे 22 मई के बाद काफी टाइम के बाद अब वो 200 EMA के आसपास आया है. So if it holds 295, 300, it's fine. If not, I think we can see it moving even lower until 280. C&, फिलहाल के लिए avoid करना, because overall stock downtrend में है. It is also trading below its key averages. I think one important support is at 1120, followed by 1080. So हो सकता है ये दो support levels test करे in the short run. So no reversal signs yet. थोड़ा reversal signs I think चाहिए हमें C&, में. So Geofin, C&, दोनों में जब तक एक strong bullish candle या की moving average के ऊपर close नहीं होता है, it's better to avoid it. Kalyan Jewelers, I think you can avoid, because Kalyan Jewelers अगर हम देखेंगे वो डाउन ट्रेंड में है. Titan, if we see, that is also lower now. If we look at Senco Gold is down. So I think all the three stocks, I think between the three, I would, considering you're asking for a long-term perspective, I would say Titan. I would say avoid Kalyan Jewelers and Senco Gold for now. But I think all the three stocks currently थोड़ा broader market weakness के वजह से अभी downtrend में है. If I look at Shah Metallics, good. It's been consolidating here. I think we need a breakout above 945, 950. It needs to move out of this range. But if it breaks below 890, then it can move towards 860. I think, and then I think it can move towards 830 as well. So I think the overall trend is still positive. It's been holding on to its 100-day EMA, but just that we need a breakout about 945, 950. I think once we get that, chances are that Shah Metallics can go up. Paradeep Phosphates, if we look at Paradeep again, 3 दिन से consolidate कर रहा है यहाँ पे. It held on to its 100-day EMA, थोड़ा से नीचे गया, फिर एक buying interest भी आया है. But for the price to move higher, we need around breakout about 197-200. I think once we get that, then again it can test its previous high of 230-235 with around 165 acting as a strong support. सो अराउंड 165 के आसपास मुकेश जी आप एक एसएल रख के आप होल्ड कर सकते हो इसको. सुधाकर जी इज आस्किंग फॉर Lumax Technologies. Lumax is good. In fact, one of the strongest stock in the weak market here. I think around 1245, 1250 is where you can keep your SL and maybe you can trail it. It's good. Overall, the structure is good. ADX is also kind of moving up. RSI is also above 60 and it is trading above its key moving averages. So around 1245, 1250 is where you can keep your SL and keep trailing it. नाइका अगेन, नाइका में भी प्रॉफिट बुकिंग यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हो तो थोड़ा सा प्रॉफिट बुकिंग है. 20 EMA के नीचे आ गया तो शॉर्ट टर्म वीकनेस तो है इस पे, बट नो रिवर्सल साइंस येट. आज एक ग्रीन कैंडल बना तो भी एक शार्प ग्रीन कैंडल नहीं है. आई थिंक 225 तक ये आ सकता है. we'll have to wait नाइका में. आई थिंक इट्स बेटर टू अवॉइड. गणेश जी आ गए. ओला इलेक्ट्रिक देखे मुझे आपका ही याद आता है गणेश जी. बिनू जी इज आस्किंग फॉर कोचिन शिपयार्ड. See, Cochin Shipyard again, defense stocks, it was good. It was kind of picking up momentum, but I think Cochin Shipyard needs to break above 1980, 2000. Only once a breakout above this level can lead to price moving higher. On the downside, I feel 1700, 1715, which coincides with his 200-day EMA. That is where the support is placed for Cochin Shipyard here. Manoj ji is asking for Sarveshwar. Manoj ji, avoid this stock. See, it's a penny stock again. I wouldn't, advise holding on to penny stocks because see, अगर आप देखोगे इसका हिस्ट्री भी अगर आप देखोगे सर्वेश्वर का, ये सर्किट बेस्ड स्टॉक है. 5% का अपर सर्किट्स भी लगता है, 5% का लोअर सर्किट्स भी लगता है. You can see there is a Christmas tree chart here, and overall the trend is down. I think there are so many good stocks out there, Manoj ji. Why do you want to keep your money stuck in some penny stock? फिर आपको रोज स्ट्रेस में होगा कि ये 7 से 8 होगा, 8 से 6 होगा, 6 से फिर 8 होगा, फिर 6 आ जाएगा. So there are some really good better counters out there. See, कम पैसे के चक्कर में don't get into penny stocks. Chances are that you might lose money than making money here. So avoid penny stocks. जो ना 10 रुपया 20 रुपया, like shares like Vodafone Idea, R Power, Sarveshwar Foods, जो ये penny stocks है ना, उससे बेटर आप अवॉइड ही करना. बिकॉज मे बी आउट ऑफ 1000 टाइम्स आपका 2-3 बार आपका पैसा बनेगा, अच्छा पैसा बनेगा, बट मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द टाइम्स यू विल लूज मनी इन पेनी स्टॉक्स. इट्स बेटर टू अवॉइड पेनी स्टॉक. दैट इज माय advice. I think you are free to do based on what you feel like. Mukesh ji is asking for Godrej Properties. Godrej Property, the overall realty space is also underperforming at this point. I think for Godrej, 1930 is a strong support for the stock. Any break below 1930 can lead to price moving down even further. So let's wait. I think it can move until right now it's at 2007. अभी तक trend इसका strong नहीं है. So you'll have to wait and watch, Mukesh ji. See, metal, I think all the three that you have mentioned are good here. चाहे वो NMDC भी एक strong trend में है, Nation Alum भी strong trend में. And even if you look at Hindalco, Hindalco is good right now. Short term basis, maybe metal is one sector that is outperforming. I think between the three, I feel Hindalco has a better chart structure at the current point here. If we look at Siemens, you can continue to hold. It has held on to its 20-day EMA. I think at least ये 3460 जब तक ये hold करता है, then it's good. I think one thing that you can do is जब भी आप कोई stock देखते हो, at least take one basic check that you can do is see whether the stock is above its at least its short-term moving averages. लाइक 20-day EMA के ऊपर है या 50-day EMA के ऊपर है, बिकॉज उसके नीचे है देन दैट मीन्स वो स्टॉक में सेंटिमेंट थोड़ा सा बेरिश है. एटलीस्ट वन स्मॉल थिंग दैट यू कैन डू, अगर आपको देखना है कि इसका शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेंड क्या, एटलीस्ट सी वेदर स्टॉक इज अबव इट्स 20-day EMA और नॉट. सो ऑल द स्टॉक्स दैट आर बिलो 20-day EMA, if the sector is also down, तो हो सकता है उसमें शायद आपको मोमेंटम ना आए. बट अगर सेक्टर पॉजिटिव है, 20-day EMA के ऊपर भी आपको इंट्राडे बेसिस में भी मोमेंटम आते हुए नजर आ रहा है. फॉर एग्जांपल मेटल स्टॉक्स, हिंडाल को देखो 20-day EMA के ऊपर है, मेटल सेक्टर भी आउट परफॉर्म कर रहा है, इंट्राडे बेसिस पे भी अच्छा मोमेंटम है. These stocks have a tendency to kind of do well in a weak market also. So ऐसे stocks पे अगर आप focus रखोगे, then it will be much better your. According to statistics, export market, India exported 50% more even then the market is like this. So there are, I think, a lot of other factors in place, Sudhakar ji. Our foreign exchange reserves going down a bit, then dollar at 89, uncertainty around India and US. So I feel, but despite that, we haven't seen a big correction of, 10%, 15% from the highs here. We are seeing correction, but that correction has been progressive. Na sharp correction nahi mila, despite all the global volatility, domestic volatility. Despite that, our markets have not corrected as much as we feel it has. I think हमको लग रहा है कि sentiment काफी bearish है, but if you see from the highs, we are not even 10% down from the highs here. So हम लोग correction भी नहीं बोल सकते. It's just that time, and it's a time wise correction is what we are seeing currently. But I feel once US and India के बीच में जो uncertainty है, उसमें अगर clarity आ जाता है, I think then the markets will not wait. Then chances are that the markets will kind of do really well. I think जो भी underperformance हम देखे, I think all that will be good going forward. But till the time we have that uncertainty existing, chances are that we might go through a lot of choppy trades here. Okay, so I guess that's all from today's bid market session. And one more important announcement, there is one more webinar that I'm doing today at 4 o'clock, which is on how to trade gaps. ये जो गैप अप होता है, गैप डाउन होता है, उसको कैसे डील करना है, हाउ हम गैप्स को कैसे ट्रेड करें. So that webinar is happening today. So I look forward to your presence. So that is happening today at 4 o'clock on SBI Securities YouTube channel, guys. So I'll see you soon in a couple of hours. Until then, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you at 4 o'clock for the webinar on gaps. Bye, guys, and take care. Take care, guys. Stay safe.